Good evening, my commanders, generals, and admirals. Welcome back to Total War Wednesday, and welcome back to the American experience, where I, Commander Smuggler, are leading the Continental forces against the British Empire in storing the 13 colonies and making America whole. Last time we left off, we took Annapolis, Maryland, and pushed the British further south, past Williamsburg, Virginia, and into Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. Unfortunately, the Iroquois, the British allies, are making trouble here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we have a small British force under Keith Fells, causing trouble up here in Maine. But the French have taken this Iroquois territory right here and landed a force. But the British still hold Montreal and Quebec. And the British fleet is somewhere still out here in the Atlantic. But the Continental Navy has grown and is ready to face the British fleet. But tonight's objective for this Total War Wednesday is Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. And if we can manage, we'll push westwards into either Cherokee or Iroquois territory and take some land. So with that, let's continue with the American experience. And we're going to start off here in Williamsburg, Virginia. And we're going to prepare the government council. We're going to come up here and build some tentative farms. Here in Harrisburg, we're going to repair the school. Repair the iron mines here in French Creek. We'll grab the army here in Philadelphia. Actually, no, we'll hold. We'll hold here in Philly.
Your orders?
Well, we'll grab Harold Glover here and take out Oliver Fox. We have a 31% chance of doing so.
Death will be a mystery. Anything else? Another mission?
And our assassin was successful. And we should move Harold back to here.
Watching our enemies. Watching.
Here of Acadia. We're going to grab the army and we're going to take out Keith.
Orders?
And it will be a decent fight, so we'll do battle. And we'll begin our deployment.
Artillery! Battery reporting!
Plan the deployment and let the battle begin. Focus on their cavalry with my artillery.
Artillery!
Watch your infantry advance.
Yes, sir! Militia! Infantry!
Shift our infantry on the right wing. Artillery, focus on the infantry.
General staff reporting right away. Yes, sir.
Left wing infantry, shift position. That has a hard time standing up against artillery.
Sir!
Send on my cavalry and finish them off. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory.
Virtue and valor unconquered. Forward, march! Yes?
And with our victory, we shall march back to Arcadia. And rest and refit.
Onward! Troops, halt!
And we train the men here. Here in Falmouth. We'll retrain the men. And we'll construct a state house. Back here in Boston, we'll grab Benjamin here and move him to New Haven.
No one will know. Aha! A place of learning and culture.
And we're still researching the Ring Bayonet. But back in here in Boston, I think we'll construct the Grand Opera House. Or, you know what, let's build a national observatory. And we'll recruit some line infantry. I almost forgot, here in Acadia, some farms. Now here in Albany, we'll construct a state capital and recruit some militia. Here in Philadelphia, we'll hold. And I think we'll raise some regiment of horse. And some dragoons. Here in Annapolis, Maryland, we'll hold off on building anything. But we'll recruit some provisional cavalry. And lastly, here in Williamsburg, we're still preparing the government council. And we'll train the men. And with that, we shall end our turn.
Sail for home.
And unfortunately, we have an enemy raid on Lewis. But we have an agent recruited, Emmanuel Nicholson, a gentleman out of Pennsylvania. And we have a construction report. We have clearances out of Springfield Farmland Confederation of New England. We have clearances out of Cape Cod Farmland Confederation of New England as well. We have clearances of Hopapog Farmland out of New York. We have a Grand Opera House out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we have Silver Mine out of Northside Mines, Acadia. And we have a recruitment report. We have 2 units of line infantry out of the Confederations of New England. We have militia infantry out of New York, a regiment of horse out of Pennsylvania, a unit of dragoons out of Pennsylvania as well, and provisional cavalry out of Maryland. With that, we're going to start up here in the north.
Make ready.
We're going to grab horse and move him back to Acadia.
Forward for crown and country.
And we'll retrain the men. We'll keep these men up here in Acadia just in case of any British threats from Quebec or Montreal want to make their way up north here. Falmouth, Maine will hold. Here in New England will hold as well. Same with Albany.
My eyes are yours.
Here we'll grab Harold. And we'll move him down towards Williamsburg.
Changing position. Going undercover.
Here in Williamsburg, we're going to grab Richard Steele. And we're going to do some dirty work here. And we can assassinate one of our targets. John Barrett. We have a 26% chance of doing so. But if we don't risk it, we're going to be in trouble. As I think. Risk it.
Executive action initiated.
And unfortunately, Richard was detected. So we're going to move back to Williamsburg. Actually, we're not going to move back down to Williamsburg. We're going to come down here to Raleigh.
My honor is to serve.
But here in Williamsburg, the army's still going to refit. And we're going to raise more provisional cavalry out of Annapolis. Here we're going to construct an ironworks workshop in Baltimore. Back in Philly, we'll construct the state capital. And recruit 2 units of a line. I guess out of Boston, recruit 2 units of regiment of horse. And we'll end our turn. The goal for the time being is to refit the men, and then we'll push south. We have to deal with these Iroquois first. Or deal with them at some point. But we have some military technology researched, the ring bayonet. The ring bayonet serves to turn a musket into a short and rather heavy pike. It is considerably more threatening to enemies than using the weapon as a clumsy club in hand-to-hand fighting. The bayonet is a push fit and is the tightness of the ring around the bayonet that keeps it in place. Most of the time, ring bayonets cannot be pulled off in the heat of combat by becoming wedged in enemy flesh, and they can be pushed back along the barrel. They are, however, a considerable advance over the plug bayonet. There is some dispute over the origin of the ring bayonet, and it may be the case that several military men in different countries developed it almost at the same time. Its advantage over the plug bayonet, the user could still give fire. Make sure that it was a popular A ring bayonet was not offset from the barrel, making it awkward to reload a musket with one fitted. And the next research vendor will be square formation, but I think we'll be doing something different. And Richard Steele has successfully completed his mission and infiltrated into college down in Raleigh. We have a construction report. We have pleasure gardens out of Saratoga, New York. We have tenant farms out of Woodstock Farmland, Virginia. We have tenant farms out of Nova Scotia Farmland, Arcadia. And we have a fishing fleet out of Louisbourg, Arcadia. And we have a recruitment report. We have a regiment of horse out of the Confederation of New England, 2 units. We have 2 units of line infantry out of Pennsylvania. We have a provisional cavalry out of Maryland. But we're going to start off here in Williamsburg, or around Williamsburg.
Yes, sir.
We're going to grab Harold Glover. Actually, we're not going to grab Harold Glover.
Ready for action.
Yes, we are. We're going to grab Harold, and we're going to try our assassination mission here. And he has a 26% chance. We're going to go for it.
Their death will be a mystery.
An assassination is a success. John Barrett has been assassinated by Harold Glover. Here in Williamsburg, we'll go ahead and construct a militia. And we'll grab the army. And we'll march here.
Any further orders?
We're going to grab the Continental Navy.
Any orders?
Combine them down here.
Ready and waiting.
Combine these fleets.
Awaiting further orders. Ship's orders, Captain.
And we'll sail the fleet down to here. Down to Charleston.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Ship's orders.
We'll hold some of the ships in port, just to keep them from getting blockaded. Now where'd that one Iroquois force go? There they are. We'll grab the army here, and we'll go after these Iroquois.
Ready and waiting for orders.
And it looks like the Iroquois want to fight, so we shall attack. let us begin our deployment. Since we have no artillery, basically we have infantry and cavalry at our disposal. Let the battle begin.
Yes, sir!
Get my cavalry rounds on our flanks or behind them. Time to box them in. The enemy general has been killed. Time to finish him off. And the enemy army's been breaking. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory.
We are triumphant.
And we have a trait gain for General George Washington. Courageous leader, +3 to morale in battles. I am sure I have better things to do with my time in battle than worry about shot and balls. This general has often crossed swords with the enemy on the field of battle. Courage is now a prominent feature of this general's character.
Ready and awaiting orders.
And with our victory over the Iroquois, I do believe it is time to put them to bed. So with that, we're going to march on Niagara, Algonquin territory with Washington.
March! Waiting for your orders.
Back here in Philly, we're going to recruit some militia infantry. And we're going to have these Minutemen join up with Washington.
Onward for crown and country!
Here in Boston, we're going to raise some more line infantry.
Orders!
And with John Jones here in the command of the American fleet, we're going to blockade Georgetown.
America expects that every man do his duty!
Keep the British fleet in there.
At the ready.
Nathaniel Wilcox will stand here for now, and we'll be prepared to take Charleston. Here in Maryland, we're going to hold. And everywhere else, we're going to hold. Oops, zoomed too far out. This down here kind of color. Down here and see what this looks like. For a minute there, I thought they gave us territory down here in the Bahamas. The French did, and I was like, or the Spanish. I was going to be surprised. But that is simply not the case. The pirates own this part down here now. But with that, we're going to end our turn. I wonder if the Spanish will take back San Domingo from the pirates. But we have an agent recruited, Cornelius Hancock, out of Virginia. And Richard Steele has still not been detected on his mission. Well, we have a recruitment report. We have 2 units of line infantry out of the Confederations of New England. We have militia infantry out of Pennsylvania, and we have militia infantry out of Virginia. We're going to stop here in Woodstock first, and we're going to do some clearances. Boost up our economy. In Williamsburg, we're going to go ahead and construct a state capitol. And introduce some cobbled roads. We'll grab these Minutemen here and march them down to here.
We can't do that, sir.
Oh, yes, you can.
Make camp! Ready for orders.
And we'll grab the main body under Nathaniel Wilcox. And we'll march on Charleston.
Arms! They are trapped!
And we'll continue the siege.
They hide behind women's skirts.
We'll continue the blockade here at Georgetown with the Continental Navy. Here in Raleigh, we're going to attempt to assassinate William Cullen. And we have a 26% chance.
Contract accepted.
And unfortunately, Richard Steele was detected. So we'll move Mr. Steele down to here.
Secrecy is certain. Your orders?
We'll try our luck with Harold Glover. And we'll come down to Raleigh. And we have a chance of assassination. We'll see what it is. 26% chance. We'll risk it again.
Executive action initiated.
And Harold Glover was detected. We'll move Glover to Fayetteville Plantations for the time being.
No one will know.
Yes, sir.
And since we moved up his usement points, that's okay. Ah, and Scranton Farmland. We'll build some clearances. We'll check the rest of the surrounding area. Up here in Acadia, we'll go ahead and build a state house. We're building fishing fleet here. Ah, there's Washington.
Sir.
We'll grab Washington here. And we'll march on Niagara Algonquin territory.
Raise the flag! Siege them!
That looks like to be a good fight. We're gonna do something wild and demand their surrender. And they have refused, which I don't blame them. And we'll maintain the siege on Niagara Algonquin territory.
Settlement besieged.
Out of Philadelphia, we're going to recruit 2 more units of line. Out of Boston, we'll grab these units here. And we'll march here. Actually, We're gonna go on a trip. We grab the army here. And march north. We're gonna check out New Quebec.
Any further orders?
For Falmouth, we'll bring these militia and provisional cavalry.
More orders?
And from Acadia, we'll move this detachment up this way.
Anything more? Maneuvers complete.
We'll grab the Babbitt, sail her to here to Plymouth,
Yes, Captain. Ship's orders, Captain.
and we'll go ahead and grab the Babbitt and the Odyssey, oars, and we'll sail them here.
Orders received and understood. Still shipshape.
I want to bring the sloop the Merrimack, along with.
Aye, aye, sir.
We're here in Lewis. We're gonna go ahead and repair the trading port. And construct the state capital here in Maryland. And we'll continue the siege on Charleston.
Yes.
And we'll have Richard Steele continue to make his way down to Savannah, Georgia. And with that, we shall end our turn.
Anything else?
And they're deciding to break out the Iroquois. And we shall meet them on the field. Begin our deployment.
Infantry reporting. Line infantry. Yes, sir. Militia. Infantry reporting.
Let the battle begin. The artillery may be out of range. I'll have to wait for their infantry to advance just a little bit further. Set my cavalry on my left wing. Looks like the artillery crew banded their guns. Alright, the cavalry is moving up. Cavalry on cavalry. Come on, break their lancers. That unit solitary. Hit it from the rear with a cavalry charge. Move my cavalry on the right wing out. Move my cavalry back, suffer too many losses. Rest of the Iroquois army is routing. My left wing had me concerned for a second.
General, stop! Break off!
That's 3 enemy generals dead. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory at that.
None shall defeat us.
And we have an agent recruited. Humphrey Motkin, gentleman, out of the Confederation of New England. Unfortunately, Godfrey Watts was raided one of our trading routes. But we have military technology research, square formation. I guess we ended up doing that. As the name suggests, this is 4, 2, or 3 ranks lines of infantry arranged in a hollow square with everyone facing outwards. It is a version of the obsolete pike hedgehog, making any cavalry charge a suicidal exercise. Bayonets are fixed to muskets when appropriate and possible. Forming a square requires good order in the ranks. The outer companies of the infantry unit in line have to fold back to form the sides and back of the square without losing cohesion in the process. Unit colors take up the station in the center. A rallying point should the square be broken. It is also possible to form larger squares with more than one unit. The square is of course a tempting target for enemy artillery, but it is better to form square in the face of cavalry and risk an artillery barrage, or stay in line to mitigate artillery fire and risk a cavalry charge can be a tactical conundrum. Theoreticians argued infantry could defeat a cavalry charge by firepower alone. Brigadier General Richard Kane, later military governor of Gibraltar, remarked, "If a body of foot have but resolution and keep their order, there is no body of horse dare venture within their fire." But for him, that fire was to be delivered from a square, not a line. He was arguing for discipline as the key to success. And the next military technology we research will be military syllabus, but this time I think we'll be doing something different. And Harold Glover has successfully completed this mission. And we have some traits and auxiliaries gained. Hilariel Towers has gained a mistress, +1 to happiness and nobility. And George Washington has good defender, +1 to command when defending on land. And we have a construction report. We have National Observatory out of Boston Confederation of New England. And we have a State House out of Falmouth, Maine. And we have Iron Workshops out of Baltimore, Maryland. And we have a recruitment report. We have 2 units of line out of Pennsylvania. And we have a trait gained to Paul Revere, Armchair General. This scholar is definitely more ink than bloodstained, yet can hold force sensible on military affairs. This military knowledge cannot be lost, only enhanced. So that we're going to continue the siege on Charleston.
Sir.
Move this unit of Minutemen down to here.
Troops, forward!
And Charleston has 1 turn left. We're still sieging the port here in Georgetown. Keep everything in order in our recent acquired territories.
Siege works underway. Sound the call to battle.
And with this, we're going to auto-resolve.
Victory is ours.
And we have a victory.
Form line for battle.
And Niagara, Algonquin territory, now belongs to us. And a newly acquired. We're going to go ahead and repair the gunsmith. Introduce some cobbled roads. And retrain the men. Up here to north still.
At the ready.
We're going to grab Cedric. And in fact, we're going to march him this way.
Forward, march! Gathering supplies.
Your humble servant.
We'll grab Horace. And march him here.
Onward! Making camp. Officer on deck!
We'll grab our small flotilla here and sail them here.
On our way, Captain. Any orders?
We'll move, man. Up to New Haven.
Secrecy is certain.
Aha, a place of learning and culture.
And I believe we'll research canister shot. And like I stated, we'll keep Georgetown blockaded and Charleston under siege.
My eyes are yours.
But we'll grab Richard Steele here and move him into Savannah. And we have an 85% chance of infiltration.
Investigating target.
And Richard Steele was successful in infiltrating Savannah. But we'll grab Harold Glover here again and attempt to assassinate our target here in Raleigh. And we have a 26% chance.
Contract accepted.
Yeah, we finally got our target. William Cullen has been taken out. And we have a trait gained for Harold Glover, Assassin. +1 to Subterfuge for assassination missions. And with that, we shall end our turn.
Enemy sail approaching!
And the British forces in Charleston are attempting to break out. We shall meet them on the field of battle.
Hold position!
We'll deploy as set up.
Sir! Close to shooting range! Close to shooting range! Cavalry! Cavalry!
See if we can soften up their cavalry and infantry as they approach. The provisional cavalry is broken. British Horse Provisional Cavalry thought they'd be sneaky. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory at that.
Undefeated!
And Richard Steele has successfully completed his mission, has not been detected. And we have a construction report. Out of Albany, New York, we have a state capitol. At Scranton Farmland, Pennsylvania, we have clearances. Woodstock Farmland, Virginia, we have clearances as well. And lastly, out of Nova Scotia Farmland, Acadia, we have clearances. We have some traits and accelerators gained to Samuel Adams. Alright, Matt. +1 to prestige, +1 happiness to nobility. And to Nathaniel Wilcox, surgeon, 10% to recover chance of battle casualties. And we have a region captured, the Carolinas. But we'll continue to blockade the British fleet here in Georgetown. Here in Charleston, we'll go ahead and repair the government's chambers. We'll go and introduce some cobbled roads. Here in Marion Farmland, we'll go ahead and do some tending to farms. Here in Greenville, we'll do tending to farms as well. Here in Raleigh, we'll go ahead and grab Harold and try to take out Granville Sharpeth. And we have a 36% chance in doing so.
Bullet or a knife? Choices, choices. Your instructions?
Harold the
Another
Lover
mission?
has been successful in taking out Granville Sharpeth. And with that, we shall move Harold down to here.
Stealth is my cloak. Undercover.
And with the army here, we'll go ahead and march on Savannah.
Ready and waiting for orders. Begin siege!
And we'll go ahead and lay siege to Savannah, Georgia.
Settlement besieged.
We'll come up here and check out the army. And they're still recuperating.
Sir,
We'll bring up Cedric and march him here.
Immediately! Halt! Aye, sir!
We'll grab our flotilla here. And we'll sit outside the harbor village.
That's land, sir. All the way! Ship's orders?
sir.
And we'll grab Horace here. And march here.
Forward! For crown and country! Awaiting further orders.
Looks like either Quebec, New France, or Montreal, Upper Canada is going to be next on the menu. But if we take Quebec, New France, we're just going to give it to the French and try to keep Montreal. Here in Boston, we'll go ahead and raise 2 more units of line. Here up in Louisbourg, we'll go ahead and construct a major fishery. Construct some cobbled roads up here to the north. Here in Falmouth, Maine as well. We'll construct a state capital here as well. Here in Boston. We'll introduce some cobbled roads as well. Same out of Albany. Here in Philly, we'll raise 2 units of line. Here in Annapolis, we'll go ahead and construct some cobbled roads as well. Here in Annapolis, we'll go ahead and raise some militia infantry. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. And with this, I don't feel comfortable, so we're going to retreat.
Pull back! Make camp!
And we have military technology research canister shot. Any cannon can be turned into a giant shotgun using the appropriate size of round. Normal cannonballs are terrifying enough when they hit, but they will usually only kill or injure a few men. Canister is a short-range weapon and used as a last-ditch defense against mass attack. The slaughter inflicted. Usually canister shots are made of tin, which serves to keep everything together while it is rammed down the barrel. But it is no impediment to bursting effect. It is not uncommon for artillery crews to load a canister shot on top of a normal cannonball if they have time to maximize the killing power. Canister is still used by armies today and has been refined over the years. Beehive rounds use flechette small darts rather than a round shot, but the principle is the same. The 120mm main gun on the modern US M1 Abrams tank is capable of firing canister ammunition, making it a 60-ton armored shotgun. The next technology we research will be improved grenades. Unfortunately, we have a worker strike in the Carolinas. But Richard Steele has successfully completed this mission. Trade gain for Paul Revere, military writer. We have a recruitment report. We have 2 units of line out of the Confederation of New England. And we have 2 units of line out of Pennsylvania and militia infantry out of Virginia. And we have a construction report. We have a fishing fleet out of Eastport, Maine. We have a state capital out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we have cobbled roads out of Williamsburg, Virginia.
What do you require?
We'll grab Harold Glover here and march him to St. Augustine, Florida. And he has a 77% chance of infiltration.
Watching and listening.
And unfortunately, Harold Glover was found and executed. We'll still continue to siege Savannah. Still continue to blockade the port here at Georgetown from the British.
Sir.
We'll grab Cedric here. And march him here.
Forward, march! More orders?
Your humble servant.
We'll grab Horace here. And we'll march him here.
Immediately! Awaiting further orders. Fleet ready!
We'll bring our navy here.
Aye, aye, Captain. Awaiting further orders.
Here in Albany. We'll go ahead and recruit more provisional cavalry. Here in Niagara. don't think the Iroquois are going to be much of a threat anymore. But I'm going to send this detachment down this way.
Waiting for your orders.
We're going to change the tax policy here. And down in the Carolinas as well. And we'll hold here in Niagara. And we'll end our turn. And we have an agent recruited, Stephen Veer, gentleman, out of the Confederation of New England. And we have agent recruited, Murdoch Napier, a rake out of Maryland. And Retro Steel has still successfully completed its mission and still has not been detected. And we have a trait gained for John Hancock, morally impaired. There's nothing wrong with feathering one's own nest. Surely it's merely a perk of the job. This fellow has been in position of power long enough for it to corrupt him. The stain on this character cannot be lost. But we have buildings constructed. We have a state house out of Acadia. We have cobbled roads out of Niagara. Tenant farms out of Greenville farmland out of the Carolinas. And tenant farms out of Marion farmland out of the Carolinas as well. And we have a unit recruited, Provisional Cavalry out of New York. And we'll start it back up here in the north.
At the ready.
We'll creep a little bit closer.
Onward! Any further orders?
We will not try that for now. We're going to head back to Niagara.
Immediately! Troops, halt!
Sir.
And we'll grab Cedric. And march him here.
Forward, march! Halt!
Your humble servant.
And we'll grab Horace here. Cedric.
March!
Down here to the south, Savannah has 2 more turns till they surrender, or they decided to break out. And with that, we shall end our turn.
Prepare for borders!
And the garrison at Savannah is deciding to break out. And we shall meet them on the field. I said this formation is good enough. Look, and battle begin.
Battery reporting! Close the shooting range! Artillery reporting! Close the shooting range! Artillery reporting! Close the shooting Cavalry! 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 Sir!
They left the artillery open in the rear.
Artillery! Close the shooting range!
Enemy general down. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory at that. It was more like a skirmish.
Make ready for battle!
And we have a construction report. We have cobbled roads out of Boston Confederation of New England. We have cobbled roads out of Albany, New York. Cobbled roads out of Falmouth, Maine. State capital out of Williamsburg, Virginia. And state capital of Annapolis, Maryland. And we have some more cobbled roads out of Annapolis, Maryland. Cobbled roads out of Acadia. And cobbled roads out of Charleston, Texas. Repair the Governor's Council. And introduce some cobbled roads. here in Charleston. We're outside of Charleston. We'll do in some clearances.
Sir.
We'll bring Tyler Lusted and move him back to Niagara.
Forward! March! Waiting for your orders.
Sir.
We'll grab the army here under Cedric. And march them on Quebec.
For battle! Run! Orders!
We'll grab the fleet here and we'll leave them here. We'll go ahead and build a state capital here in Acadia. We'll go ahead and raise some more line infantry out of Boston. And more line infantry out of Philadelphia. And with that, my dear commanders, generals, admirals, that concludes Wednesday's The American Experience. Join me next Wednesday as we continue with the British campaign on the in Europe. I almost slipped that up. The next week after that, join me as we continue the American Experience.